Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie, and today we're going to do take 3 on the Medlar Harvest. Now I'll link up above, some of the videos that I've done on Medlar Harvest. First one was the first year I started doing YouTube, and it was an epic fail. There was no sound because there was so much wind. I harvested, none of the medlars really actually bledded because that year we had a really early freeze in early October. And I was trying, and it was a deep freeze, it went down to in the teens. And I was trying to harvest the medlars before they froze. But they didn't blet properly, didn't get to use them. The second year, I harvested them a little bit later, but I was also trying to avoid a deep freeze. And they still didn't blet. Well, now it's almost the end of November. It's like the week before Thanksgiving. We've had a gorgeous fall. As you can see behind me, the tree looks completely different than it did in the other 2 videos. It's finally starting to go dormant naturally on its own. The leaves aren't freezing on the tree and then falling off. I had no idea it had gorgeous fall color. That's how bad it's been. But anyway, I think the medlars are finally ready to harvest. So let's do take 3 and see if we can actually get properly bletted medlars. Now this is what a medlar looks like. It's still really hard. This one's got a few cracks down the center. I have not seen cracks in the center before, so I don't know if this is because it froze and now they're bad again. If so, then I don't know if I'm going to try again next year. We'll see. I'm always very determined to get what I want. So we'll see how these do. I'll also put a picture up at the top of what the flowers look like. It is an absolutely gorgeous tree in the spring. I'm growing this medlar here in Utah, zone 6. They're very hardy. They do take our high pH, and not a lot, I don't do a lot to it. I don't fertilize it. It used to get lawn water, but I think they're a little more drought tolerant than that. I think that we can get by with just twice a week watering, maybe even once a week. So let's get harvesting and see how much we get. Now here's a good size one. I don't know if you can see inside because the calyxes are not, that's not the calyx. I'm not sure exactly what this part is. It's not folding over. But it's not as cracked in the center, so we'll see what happens. Now we did get a really good harvest this year. This is what they look like, and at this point they are inedible. They are hard, you can't squish them at all. They're astringent, they don't taste, well, they don't taste good at all. And what we need to do is blet them. So I need to find a dark, cold place somewhere, or a dark cooler, not cold, dark cooler place somewhere, and spread them out and let them kind of soften like a persimmon. So when they're ready to eat, they'll be wrinkled, they'll be really soft inside, and then the flesh kind of has a texture of sandy mud, which doesn't sound very pleasant. But I have eaten a medlar that it was properly bletted, and it's got a really neat kind of apple cinnamon, just very rich molasses apple cinnamon flavor to it. So let's see if we can go find a place to put these. But first, let's look through the tree and see if I missed anything. So here's my tree, cleaned out of its fruit, and I don't think I've missed any. If I've missed any, they'll fall. Oh, there's some in the center down there. Let's see, right where I can't reach. There they are right there. We'll not worry about those. We'll leave those up in the tree and see if they bled on the tree. Now please excuse the disaster that is my garage, but I found the perfect place to blet my medlars. I bought a new seedling rack that I'm going to use up in my grow room, and I didn't use all the racks, so this is going to be absolutely perfect. I just put it on some buckets. They've got airflow, the garage is dark, and it's cool, but it doesn't freeze in here. So we'll see what happens and see if we can get them to blet properly. So now it's a waiting game while we wait and see what happens, and hopefully this year will be a success. We don't know, but all we can do is try. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks. So I think rather than wait for another 2 weeks to finish this video, I'm going to finish it right here and then do the video once the medlars are bletted. Hopefully they'll blet properly. So if you've enjoyed this video, I hope you like and subscribe and go have a wonderful garden adventure.